20. That's right then. Just checking that it was all working. Oh, I've been having nightmares about this, guys, just this morning. So welcome to Red Letter Christians Pause live online on YouTube, and I'm managing to work it, I hope. I was having nightmares in the night last night about this, that we were all in one room and everyone was there watching, including my late husband, who was sat on the floor. My daughter was sat on the sofa drawing halos around the top of his head, which upset my son, who, despite the fact that he's actually 25, was a baby in the dream, and he was getting really upset, and I was having to deal with all the family issues. And then just as I was about to go live, Sally reached over and pressed the escape button and turned my computer off. So I hope that doesn't happen this morning. Morning, Diane. Morning, Barbara. Had a fantastic day yesterday. Greg and Diane came to visit me. I was so chuffed. We went up to Loch Lomond and it was chucking it down. I felt so sorry for them because they're doing a tour on their motorbikes and they were absolutely soaked. Anyway, we went and had a cup of coffee and a strawberry tart, which you have to have when you come to Scotland. And then Diane and I went for a cold water dip. And it was absolutely brilliant, and we had the best time ever. And I think Diane wanted to go back again this morning, but unfortunately they've got to travel on. And guess what? It's dry this morning as well, Diane. We wouldn't have got wet before we went in. Yeah, it was really good, Sally. Thank you for that. Morning, Carolyn. Anyway, I digress. Morning, Lynn. I'm glad everything's working. A big shout out to George for helping me sort out this computer, by the way. And I've got a posh new little microphone, look. It's not a new pet. It is a furry microphone. And he helped me manage to sort it all out. So morning, Claire. Morning, Robin. Morning, Anne. And it's such a shame you missed our afternoon yesterday. It was really lovely. Next time they come up, you're going to have to come with us. Morning, Nets. And yeah, and Sky was there as well. Greg had a lovely time. Greg accidentally forgot his swimming trunks and so couldn't come in the water. So he had to play with Sky instead. Anyway, that's... yeah, it was sad. And never mind, next time we'll do it. So let's begin, because there's lots of us online now. It's good that you can see the chat alongside the video. So we come to be still in the peace of your presence. We come to rest in the warmth of your gaze. We come to be renewed by the breath of your spirit. And for this bit, I don't need the microphone because we're going to do a wordless prayer, opening ourselves to all God can give. God of blessing, we come to be, we come to breathe, we come to wait. Quieten our minds, settle our thoughts, still us. We open all we are to all you have to give. And we'll just take a moment's silence to be still and know that He is God. Radical Jesus, we meet you in our community today. We are compelled to join you in sitting with people who need a friend, walking with those who struggle, standing in solidarity with those who have been wronged. We yearn for the day when all things are put right, for this is who we are. Give us what we need to live this day well, as justice makes love complete. Now's the time if you're powerless. Together, the whole earth is yours. Time's up. If you rule the world, you'll lose it all. Just in that prayer there, sitting with people who need a friend. I'm sat ready to go to work this morning. Got my knitting with me for our knit and natter group. There's about 8 of us, and we just sit together and we knit or crochet and just talk and put the world to rights. And on a Monday morning, I do a walk, talk, and pray around Dumbarton. And again, there's a group of us, a different group, about 8 or 9 of us. And we just walk around Dumbarton praying for the town and putting the world to rights. And the conversations that we have are absolutely incredible. And Jesus is in the community. He's with that group of people as we're walking around. And it's just amazing. We had such a laugh the other day, except for I was a bit disappointed because when I first started my new job, one of the gentlemen that walks with us thought I was the minister's mum. And there's only 6 years between she and I. I'm older, but I thought, I don't look that old, do I? I was gutted. But yeah, community, massively important, massively important. I'm preaching to the converted. So anyway, another community that I'm part of is the paddleboarding community. And it's a bit of a nightmare at the moment up here because we're always waiting on the weather. We can plan a trip all week and then right at the last minute it gets cancelled due to high winds or heavy rain. But when we've planned and we're equipped, we're ready to go at any time. And the reading that I've got for you today asks the question, are you ready for service? Yeah, thanks, Dave. So it's from Luke 12, verses 35 to 40. Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or toward daybreak. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would have not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. I'm going to read that again. Are there any words that are standing out for you? Is there anything that God is trying to tell you this morning? Luke 12, 35 to 40. Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and he will come and wait on them. It would be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or toward daybreak. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would have not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. I've always liked that image, being dressed and ready for service with your lamps burning. No, we mustn't be complacent, ready to make a difference. Know your kit. Immediately open the door. A state of having an open heart and mind makes it more possible. We hear God's voice even when we aren't trying to. We are ready. Yeah. And you hear God's voice in the most weird and wonderful moments as well. I think I was telling Diane yesterday about when I was walking around Tetbury before I came up to Scotland, and God told me to go and buy a book on garden meditations. And I stood having an argument with him in the shop because it was $5.99 and it was a bit expensive for me at the time. But I was obedient and I bought the gardening book. And then when I moved to Scotland, my first job was working in the schools doing gardening with the children. And that book's falling apart now. So we need to be dressed and ready for service, keeping our lamps burning. We must be ready because the Son of Man will come at an hour when we don't expect him. And I had this image as well of the line, it will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes, watching Downton Abbey, and all the servants are in the kitchen and they're all sat round having their coffee break. And immediately the bell goes, they're ready for action, and they jump up and they're there. Yes, master, what can I do? Yeah, I like that too, Sally. Michael on Monday said, we cannot buy the treasure, but we can buy the field. We can make our lives places that can be interrupted by God's voice. Watching, being attentive, not dashing around so distracted we don't notice anything. I'll tell you what though, Caroline, he's pretty good at getting hold of us even when we are rushing around being distracted. He shouts quite loud sometimes. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or toward daybreak. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. And as we journey through this coming day, may our eyes perceive his presence. May our ears discern his voice. May our hearts beat with his compassion. Lord, we've made it halfway through the day. We're pausing now to check in and touch base with you. On August the 5th, Helen Stephen was a Quaker. She lived from 1942 to 2016. She was a peace and justice worker for the Iona community, so that's up here. Following working in a Vietnamese orphanage, she dedicated her life to non-violent activism and peace education. Oh, Sally. Opposing nuclear weapons, she co-founded Peace House, trained thousands in justice work, and was jointly awarded the Gandhi International Peace Prize. And Claire's just written, at the same time, I'm suddenly thinking of the police tendency to do pre-dawn raids. I think God does pre-dawn raids. He got that one first. Jesus, who journeyed on, be by our side to guide us everywhere that we will go. Be in our hearts and give us love for everyone that we will meet. Amen. And if we want to put some names in the chat of people that we want to pray for, we can come back to that, because it's already 8:20. All that worrying and all that nervousness, and now I'm already finished. Wow, that went quick. I'm praying for Davy at the moment. Yeah, Quakers lead the way in peacemaking. They are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? They just emanate peace. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm praying for Davy because he's got news on an operation he's got to have on the 14th of September, and he's got his pre-op this Friday. So I'm praying that that all goes well and that God can work through the hands of the surgeons to heal him. It wasn't as bad as he thought it was going to be. I kept telling him it was going to be all right, and he was so nervous when he went for his results the other day. Anyway, but have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Everyone can be a Sarah. It's amazing, Dave. One of my best friends has just graduated on the Seedbeds course, and she's called Sarah. And we went to Andrew's church last Sunday, and she just said, "I'm just going to introduce the Sarahs." So anyway, from one Sarah to another, thank you very much, guys. Have a brilliant day, and God bless.